shipment in of some things, and I wanted to show you some of the stuff that came in, so let's take a look. The first thing that I have that just came in is it's called Bosal in our form single-sided fusible foam stabilizer. I love this stuff, and I've got one open here so that I can show you. This is what it looks like. So it comes in white and black, and frankly I bought black by accident, but because I didn't know they had it. But if you're using a dark fabric for your project, black is not a bad idea. You can see that it has a thickness to it. It's this stuff that will bounce back no matter what you do, squinching it, what you do to it. So this is great for using for bags, for using for tote bags, purses, anything you want to be able to kind of stand up by itself. Some of the fabric, what do you call them? Fabric baskets that are just around. This is really good stuff for that. So Bosal, I do swear by it because I just love how much it stands up. Same company. This one is Bosal. This one is the lightweight fusible. I like to have it in a package because I don't have room for big bolts of it, big pieces of it. So this way it comes in a package, easy to use. Fusible is really nice for using for placemats and smaller things that you want to have it stick down for you before you so it doesn't move before you sew. I got for my sewing room, I've got the non-slip Stripology Square Mini. Now I like this ruler because these are slots, and I like the ruler with the slots because that way if I am cutting strips, which we often are cutting strips for quilts, you can leave your ruler down once, and then you can cut and cut and cut. So the strips are every quarter inch, and so the measurements are on there. Here we go. It looks like every half an inch, but it comes with a this right here is a label that when you open it up tells you exactly how to use it. Very nice. They also make a lot of patterns for these. So scrap tape. So this is the 5-inch scrap tape. I had somebody order some, so I needed to get some more. This is nice for a lot of the improv crumb quilting that you do, that I love to do. So this gives me, sometimes it came in the 2.5 inches. This gives you a wider strip, which I absolutely love. And so this, when you sew to it, then you don't have to cut that out as a foundation. You sew right on it, and all your little scraps are very usable. Now I've got some little patterns because this is the year of hot pads for me. So let me go through them for you. Princess Leia. These are little chicks. Isn't that cute? Chickens. These are hot pads. This company I thought these were so cute. They're put out by Susie Seashore Designs. So we've got chickens. And then I saw dogs. I have to make dogs for some of my friends. And if I'm going to make dogs, I better have cats. So I've got the cats to give these a try as well. All put out by Susie Seashore Designs. And then this was very interesting. This one is called Hot Fingers. So it is like a small little pot holder for when you're going to take the cookie sheet out, or you're just going to take out of the microwave. You're taking the dishes that have the lips on them that are going to burn your fingers. I thought those were really, really interesting, so I want to give those a try. So those are some fun patterns that you can find out there. This one I'm very interested in taking a look at. Quilter's Scrap Pantry. Now, what this is the grab-and-go approach to organizing and making quilts from scraps. So let's look at the organization section. Okay. So they do talk about organizing. Looks like we've got some different ideas for how to organize. I like that for small spaces. We've got some ideas for different shapes. This is a fabric width yield chart. Very, very nice. So what that has in it is the length of a strip, how many 1-inch strips can I get out of a 42-inch fabric? And you can get 42, but then it breaks it down for all the, how many 6, how many 5.5, how many 4 strips can I get out of a yard? Okay, oh, this is yummy. Lots of different placemats, great places, great ways to use quilts, but these are used scraps, but these can also be quilts as well. So again, this is a nice reference, great ways to use some of your traveling blocks, the blocks that, I don't know what you call them, that connect other blocks together, is what I consider those. Oh, wonderful. Half square triangles. You can do so much with half square triangles. So this is a great place to start. Lovely. And get lots of ideas so that when I pull out my scraps and I'm like, all right, it's time to make a scrap quilt, what looks like it'll work for me? And so these are just really, really delicious patterns. That is put out by Landauer Publishing, and it is by Susan Claire Mayfield. Very nice. Next one is another form of these pinchers. I actually didn't realize I have 2 different kinds, but that's okay. I like to try different kinds so that when I'm selling at quilt shows and things, I can let people know like how they went together. Did I like some better than others? And so love that idea of the pinchers. Haha, yes, here we go. So here's the fabric bowls. These are so cute. Now this, you can see, these are made of fabric, but I'm going to use the Bosal to make it stand up. So they'll just spring right open, and they'll be great for using for all kinds of things. What I have in mind is to make some of these and then to use them as gifts. So for instance, I make little squares dishcloths and roll a couple of those up, put them in something like this. Really fun, versatile gifts. Apron pattern. So my mother years ago had an apron pattern by a woman who, and the pattern was very much like this. It just drops over your head. And then we couldn't get that pattern anymore. And for years I've been saying, I'm going to just rewrite that pattern from, looking at what we have, but I don't have time for that. So I'm going to try this pattern because I like how this, again, is just one that drops right overhead. It's going to be hopefully nice and generous a size, so that I'm not going to have to worry about, does it fit or not. I'm just going to throw it on. This is by Mary Malari. There we go at the top. Mary Malari has some great designs. This is a pattern that's been out here a while, and I'm guessing it is because it's very popular. So you can see on the back we've got she has the diagram on how that goes together. So had some batting tape. I ran out of these, needed some more. Batting tape I use all the time for my scrap pieces of batting so that I can iron on. But it's a very lightweight, kind of an interfacing and a fusible, holds my pieces of batting together enough so that I can get them into whatever project I'm using. If I'm making small projects like some of the hot pads and things. Face it soft. So I have a pattern that was a Lazy Girl pattern, and I wanted to, this was what she recommended to use in the pattern. So I wanted to get that and try it out. And it is 100% cotton woven, fusible, lightweight interfacing. Fantastic. And in this package, oh, it's a nice lightweight, I see. So in this package, you get 22 inches by 36 inches. So you get a good amount of this, about half a yard. That will be nice for, as she shows you, all kinds of sewing patterns you might use them for, but I believe mine is like a crossbody pattern that I'm making that needs this particular lightweight, and it says it on the pattern. So I like to try to use the products that the pattern suggests, and this is one that I picked up for interfacing. Aha. So this is amazing. It used to be called Amazing Tape. Now this is a very similar product that is called Terrific Tape 1-inch by Gypsy Quilter. Okay, so what this is a vinyl tape. It is not sticky on either side, but it will stick to itself, so that if I wrap this around a spool, I can then, see, I'll show you. it'll stick to itself. So if I wrap that around a spool of thread, that way it'll keep the ends from the thread unraveling, and also it'll keep dust off of thread, because you and I know we have a lot of thread and don't get to it right away. But then it won't leave an adhesive on the thread, and you won't have to worry about any of that, the sticky ruining the thread. Once you're done with it, see, here it is, it sticks really nice to itself. Once you're done with it, you can reuse it over and over and over and over again. So when that spool's gone, I go ahead and I keep this piece and I put it on the next spool. This will last me forever. And I really like this because this is a nice weight. The other one was a little bit stiffer and thicker. This feels really good, although it also feels really strong. Very strong. So I like this a lot. It looks blue, but it's really very little blue in there, as you can see. So just when you get a whole lot of it together. But I also use this to wrap up patterns with fabric. If I buy a couple fat quarters to go with this pattern, I will take a piece of this and wrap it around it, so that when I throw this in a drawer or in a cupboard, wherever I put it, I will not separate the fabric from the pattern, because what happens is I end up using it in something else, because by the time I get to it, I didn't remember that's what I had planned for it. So this is really a really nice organizer. Things to help organize, keep things straight. Now, this is a very old type of product, because this same kind of a product has been around for years, because some of you will recognize the product from years ago, but men used to use it for wrapping their tools up. Wrap your tools, again, you don't have the adhesive. You can use it for wrapping all kinds of things up. You name it, sky's the limit on how many ways you can use that. So I'm very excited to have that in, because again, it's made by Gypsy Quilter now. And I do love Gypsy Quilter company, makes great stuff. These are the sharpeners. These are the blade sharpeners that I have another video that I'll link to show you how to use it. They're for sharpening your rotary blades. These are amazing if you use it the right way. I had one years ago and I didn't think it worked because I was not doing enough turns to sharpen that blade, but now they let you know exactly how many turns you need, and it works if you do it just the way the directions say. Okay, so those are some of the new items that I have reordered recently, and we're going to give them a try. Thanks for joining me.